Welcome to Spring LIB.
This question is asking about sacrificing one individual to save some others. So what I've drawn here is a pedigree or a family tree, and the females are represented by these circles and males are represented by the squares. And what we can see is these two parents have produced four offspring, two females, two males. And this question is asking what happens about the vocabulary term for when one individual sacrifices themselves to save um, uh, the relative's genes. So let's take this female here. Let's say she has the opportunity to sacrifice her own life, um, but save some relatives. So this could relate to either her siblings or her parents. And when we think about this individual from a DNA perspective, so they have their own collection of DNA. So I've drawn some four chromosomes here. Um, but so this individual's DNA is 50% similar to their siblings. So 50% similar to their brother, 50% similar to their sister, 50% similar to their other brother, and then also 50% similar to the mom's DNA and 50% similar to the dad's DNA. So even if this individual needs to sacrifice themselves, it can be beneficial. You would think that that would cause be selected against because it would prevent this DNA from being passed on. You know, this individual would not have the opportunity to mate and pass any DNA on to its offspring. But um, by increasing the survival or fitness of all of these offspring, this DNA may actually have a greater chance to be passed on because these parents can continue to reproduce additional offspring, or the siblings are given the opportunity to reproduce and produce additional offspring, 50% of which is related to her own. So this DNA can actually have a better chance of getting passed on if an individual sacrifices themselves to save their relatives. Another word for relative is kin. So let's look through our potential options here. Is it called operant conditioning? No, that's a type of training behavior. Um, is it called kin selection? So option B is actually correct. Um, the behavior is allowing the kin's DNA to be passed on and selected for, even though the DNA of the individual that sacrificed themselves can't be passed on to their offspring, it can continue to live on through the relatives or kin. Um, they throw a similar sounding word, C, kinesis, in here as a distractor. That's just relating to a type of motion in biology. Or D, imprinting is a connection, a psychological connection that's formed between newborns and usually a parent, um, but does not relate to sacrificing one individual to save the relatives. So again, the correct answer to this question is B, kin selection.